It started with a simple piece of land, just a small, overlooked parcel at the edge of a quiet neighborhood in the USA. I bought it years ago, dreaming of building a little retreat, a peaceful getaway from the chaos of city life. It was modest, but I saw potential, a blank canvas to turn into something meaningful. I worked hard, invested in permits, and made sure every detail was within legal bounds. I knew that someday I'd turn that land into my sanctuary. But then everything changed. Out of nowhere, I received a strange letter from the OA. It wasn't a typical HOA, warning about overgrown lawns or fence heights. No, this was different. It claimed that the HOA president, Karen, had claimed ownership of my land. She insisted that she had reserved my property for her personal use, her mansion, her private estate. The letter demanded I hand over the land or face legal action that could cost me millions. I was stunned. How could she possibly claim ownership of land I had purchased legally and paid for? I reviewed my deeds, permits, and property titles. Everything was in my name. There was no way she could steal my land. Yet her influence was so strong, her reputation in the community so powerful, that I feared for my property. I hired a top local attorney experienced in property law and HOA disputes. We dug into the case, reviewing every document, every permit, every legal file. The evidence was clear. I owned the land legally and her claim was baseless. I had everything in order. But Karen, the HOA president, was relentless. She launched an aggressive campaign, posting online, spreading rumors, and even trying to bribe local officials. She claimed that I was illegally developing the land, that I was endangering the neighborhood, and that I was trying to steal her mansion. Her tactics were dirty, and her influence widespread. The legal battle began. I filed a lawsuit, an emergency injunction, to stop her from taking my land, and demanded that she cease all her illegal activities. I documented her actions, screenshots of her online posts, forged documents, and her attempts to manipulate officials. I knew I had to fight fire with fire. The court hearings were intense. Karen's team argued that she had rights over the land because she claimed it was her property, despite clear legal evidence to the contrary. Her attorneys tried to intimidate, threaten, and even lie about the situation. But I stood firm. Finally, the judge looked at the evidence, the maps, the permits, the expert testimony confirming I owned the land. The judge saw through her lies. After days of hearings, the court ordered her to cease and desist immediately. Her influence was broken. Her illegal scheme was exposed, but the worst was yet to come. In a stunning turn, the investigation uncovered a pattern of corruption. Karen had been involved in illegal activities, falsifying documents, forging signatures, even bribing officials to get her way. Her mansion, which she claimed was built on her land, was actually a fraud. The court ordered her to pay damages, to return the land, and to serve time for her crimes. The day she was taken into custody, I felt a wave of relief and vindication. Justice had been served. My land, my property, was finally mine again. Karen's mansion, built on my land through deception, was seized and sold off. This victory wasn't just about land. It was about standing up to corruption, about fighting for what's right, and about never backing down when someone tries to steal your rights. It was a long, hard battle, one that took legal expertise, evidence, and community support. But I won. Today my land is back in my hands. I've rebuilt what was lost, and I've become an advocate for landowner rights. My story has gone viral across the USA, Japan, and around the world, inspiring others to stand tall against corruption and overreach. Because at the end of the day, no one, no HOA, no Karen, no corrupt official, has the right to steal what's yours. Justice is possible, and if I can do it, so can you.